Hey tubers, this is Pestle Man coming at you. Been a while. As you can see, what used to be the pestle pile is undergoing renovation. And now I've just got all the matates and everything kind of just stacked up around. Just kind of got them every which way. All piled up and just kind of out of the way here while I work the ground to get her all nice and flat and weed free again. Haven't done anything out here since Wagon John was here. Got all the pestles and monos and such stacked up over here beside the house. Few bowls and whatnot back there, and my water jugs that I water my pepper plants with that are sucking this year, I gotta say. Now with most of my vids here, I got a story coming up. Okay, now y'all probably, well, some of you remember me showing off a pestle or two over the years. Well, here was that beastie that I found. A 20-incher. Got the remarkable kind of phallic ended knob on the thing here. Pretty cool, I thought. But anyway, it's a big boost, 20 inches. Now when I found it, it was busted into 3 pieces. First I found the center section kind of sticking straight up, and I could tell it was a really fresh break. And so I went, oh man, how cool. And I looked around, and just like looking around, like maybe 15 feet downstream for where the water had been high just recently. I was just in on it after the water had dropped again. I found the top of it sitting there. Never found those little pieces, but so I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I wonder if the bottom end is down underneath that, because this thing here was just cocked a little bit like that. And so it was too dark on me to, and plus, you know, it was deep. I couldn't get in that stuff full of rocks and things. And so I went home that night, and I could barely sleep. I was over there, you know, waiting about 3 hours before dawn the next day with my little sharpshooter shovel, and I'd stacked up rocks where it was out there, so you make my little marker so I could get there and know what I was, you know, where I was at the right spot. And oh man, like on the 3rd shovelful coming out of there, this guy's big old cool base came out of there, the distal end on it. It was so cool. I was, you know, I've been happy forever. Okay, well now, yesterday something happened that I thought, you know, I could have gone 1,000 years and never could have imagined it happen, okay? My hump bud, Robbie, old hump bud, calls me. I haven't talked to him probably 2 years. And he said, oh man, you'll never guess what I just found. And I said, yeah, you're right. What is it? And he goes, a 17-inch perfect pestle. And I found it about 30 feet from where you found that great big pestle of yours. And I'm like, what? What? And he said, let me come over. So he rolls on over. Let me get on the sun there. So he rolls on over. And this here, God, my arm isn't long enough. And this here is what he's got. Perfect. Perfect pestle. Everything about it is just perfect. Got a little knobby thing up here on the end where they tie a piece of cord. You know, nobody could heft this, you know, these big brutes like that more than about 5 minutes till your arm fell off. And so what they do is they tie a cordage or you know, rawhide, something like that up there, and then suspend these big beasts from like low-hanging branches and they balance them out along the branch so that, like, with just a tiny bit of pressure from the guy on the ground, even like a young person or a very slight person can, make it go up and down like a teeter-totter. And it still, the way these things work is the power of it still hits, boom, with the same mass as if you were, swinging it from your arm, like on the same principle that like a great big, really slow moving rock will crush you just as surely as as if it was dropped fast, I mean, it's the mass of the thing that does the damage. Okay, here's the rest of the story. So, I look at this thing and I'm just like in awe. I mean, this must be a G-1000 pestle. It's got to be the nicest pestle to ever come out of Ventura County that I know of. I've been to all the museums. There's a few of the old collections I haven't seen, but I've seen everything in the museums and the archaeological societies and everything in the books. Nothing this good has ever come out of there. And I mean, it's perfect. Well, not quite perfect. It's got the slightest little plow kiss right here, and then another one down, just a tiny little thing right here. It's got these really cool features. It's got like lines of mica or something in there that I don't know if I'm getting. Anyway, so back to my story. So then, Robbie can't stay long, so he's here just a few minutes, and then he turns around and he looks at me and he goes, "Well, do you want it?" And I'm thinking, well, what? I mean, I'm not really getting what he's talking about. And he goes, and I'm looking at him like, and then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he's talking about the pestle. And I'm thinking, oh, how much money is he going to want for something like this, right? I mean, this is a high dollar pestle. I mean, big deep pocket guys would kill to have this in their curio case. And so Robbie says to me, he goes, "Yeah, you can have it if you want it." So like, I follow him all, and then he says, "I gotta go though. You want it?" And I'm saying, so he hands it to me, and I follow him all the way back out to the car, and I'm just like stuttering like profuse thanks, and probably sounding like a blithering idiot. The opposite is struck and drives away. And then I'm sitting there like, man, somebody pinch me. I think I'm dreaming. I mean, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's my story. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.